Hello, it is I, Quartermuncher, RPG enthusiast, back for Season 2. Today we're going to start off with covering Tales of Grace's F. You see, I love the Tales series. It's the go-to underdog of them. It's always the bridesmaids, never the bride, up against your Persona class and your Xenoblades. Literally, the original Tales of Graces was the game Xenoblade Chronicles turned into smithereens as an example of what the absolute apex of RPGs could do. But I digress. Tales of Graces was originally a Wii release, then re-released onto the PlayStation 3 with some extra content, the titular F Future chapter, and now they brought out Tales of Graces F Remastered on the PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and the Switch. I am playing the PlayStation 5 version of the game. The PS3 version, unremastered, was a day one purchase nearly a decade ago, so I'm playing this to revisit memories past and to make sure Graces F still holds up to the normal Tales standard. That includes eye-pleasing visuals, some anime melodrama, characterization, and some top-tier action RPG combat. This is not a review, this is a journey. Let me tell you about the Quartermuncher Experience. Tales of Graces was originally developed by Namco Tales Studio and released for the Wii in Japan in 2009, then ported and enhanced as Tales of Graces F for the PlayStation 3 in 2010/2012. The remastered version includes updated visuals, DLC, and the epilogue. In Tales of Graces F, you play as Asbel and a group of friends who are bound by a childhood promise. On the lush planet of Ephenia, they must face political conflict across 3 kingdoms and a moon, and uncover deeper threats tied to the world's life force known as Elith. The remaster also includes the post-game epilogue chapter, better known as Lineage and Legacies, and a large volume of previously released DLC content. This is mostly outfits and whatnot, so you're not missing out on anything too much. The world of Ephenia is lush, classical fantasy styled and divided into 3 major nations: Windor, Strata, and Fendel. The plot involves all 3 of those as, well, they get involved with kingdoms and RPG stuff. Typical Tales nonsense. Key characters include Asbel, our hero of the story; Sophie, a mysterious girl with no little past; Hubert, Asbel's younger brother who gets sent away to Strata; Chariot, who is Asbel's childhood friend and your healer in the game; Pascal is a spontaneous engineering genius, as per Tales games; and Malik is your mentor who rounds up. Ephenia's societies are all powered by Elith, your typical Tales energy source. The imbalance of it causes the main conflict of Tales of Graces F. The towns are basically your typical charming hubs. You have small noble villages, some capital cities, some frontier towns. They mostly serve as rest stops, character interaction zones, and offer some side quest shops and skits. Your pretty normal RPG stuff, followed by dungeons, which are typically mid-sized that combine exploration, puzzles, and real-time battles. Tales of Graces F offers fast action JRPG combat thanks to the Style Shift Linear Motion Battle System, or SSLMBS. Every Tales game has some fancy battle name, and that's Graces of. This one lets characters switch between A and B arts, enabling either basic attacks or your actual usual spells. They use CC, the chain capacity gauge, to manage how many attacks you could string together before you either need to guard or reposition. The remaster retains and polishes these systems. As this is a basic RPG, you also have pretty basic leveling and stats. Attack, defense, vitality, etc. all do exactly what you think they do. Unlike a lot of RPGs, Tales of Graces F offers the title system. Most Tales games offer some sort of title system. You can change, let's just say, your main character to Swordsman, but here in Tales of Graces F, that would give you stat bonuses and skills. As far as the presentation goes, Tales of Graces F comes with an anime-style narrative flair, as they all do. Skits, cutscenes, character close-ups, expressive dialogue. This is an RPG that was made in Japan. The emotional tone is strong. Friendship, hope, duty, and all that jazz. The remaster enhances comfort with quality-of-life tools such as cutscene skips and destination icons. Also, naturally, is the graphical style itself. The visuals are cleaner, the modern effects are great, and honestly, I like the art style back on the PS3. As far as the soundtrack goes, Motoi Sakuraba once again does the themes. They're pretty by the numbers. Voice acting is solid. The difficulty curve is fairly basic for a Tales game. And the technical aspects of the game, it appears to be solid all throughout. In regards to my playthrough of Tales of Graces F, there's not a lot I have to say about it. It wasn't anything super special or different. I played through Tales of Graces, followed by the F Lineage Legacies arc to round it out. I viewed as many skits as I could, fought the final bosses of both campaigns, and I called it there. Alright, now it's time for things I liked and didn't. As far as I definitely liked the cast. This is a Tales game, which means I had come expecting an endearing cast, and I ended up satisfied. I would not call it the strongest Tales cast, but they all do have personalities and characters, and they get further depth via the skits that are in every Tales game. I also really like the title system. Again, every Tales game has titles for the characters, but a lot of them are simply symbolic and do nothing for your characters. In Graces, however, it's a growth system to unlock stat boosts and new moves. I chose to prioritize unlocking new arts via this system, but that's just me. I also liked the combat. The action part of an action RPG is quite important, and it's a stale of a Tales game, and Graces F is the most combat-focused of the franchise. As such, the moment-to-moment gameplay is what you should come for, and it's as enjoyable as ever. A-arts and B-arts are just another name for basic attacks and spells, and you can use more than basic attacks via a flowchart and just knowing your character. It gives actual fighting game level depth to your characters. Another element that I definitely liked in the remastered version is the quality of life improvements. The simple addition of quest markers alone is a small feature that adds a lot to a game simply by eliminating getting lost. However, as far as my dislikes go, there weren't many. For starters, I definitely disliked the world map. This is likely due to the original Graces being a Wii game and thus not being made on more powerful hardware. But basically, you have a bunch of barren paths in between A and B. It's not that great. With that said, one of my bigger gripes is there's actually not a lot to complain about. I always like to come to a game with some expectations in mind. Tales game Remastered is about as comforting leftovers as it gets. This game does not exceed my expectations, but I already came in knowing everything to expect from the title, and it meets those standards. The best part of Tales of Graces F Remastered is the Rockagon dungeon. There's a number of cool scenes here, but most notably, one of the more standout features of it is the Rockagon is this big, just beast. As such, you have to leave through the butt. I come to a Tales game for the fun combat and cast, but this one-off dungeon personifies everything I like about, let's just say, enjoyable JRPGs, especially Tales. The worst part of Tales of Graces F Remastered is friendship. It's not a bad theme, but it's already cheesy in an RPG. In the original trailer for Tales of Graces F's PS3 American release stated that word so many times that it turned friendship into a drinking game before Graces even came out in America, and post-release Remastered, it has not gotten any better. Alright, so, by the numbers, Tales of Graces F took me about 30 hours to beat. That's across 2 campaigns, the main quest and the DLC. I did so with 6 to 7 party members. The DLC gives you an extra party member. And in doing so, I got too many titles. Speaking of 2, this is the second Tales game I've beat for the channel, so I've got many more to go. But in Tales of Graces F, they were all going through one butt. Till then, I'll see y'all next time, and we'll see you on Munchin'. Ta-ta.